2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Genesis Invitational. Today's coverage is just about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm pleased to be covering this featured group. We've got a fresh rivalry developing between these two players as well, so that should provide some great entertainment to the spectators this week.
Well, Henny, it sounds like this player's going for gold. They're trying to beat Xander Schauffele.
I wouldn't want to try and beat an Olympian. A gold medal winning Olympian with hair as good as Xander Schauffele and a swing as good as Xander Schauffele? No thank you. I'll leave this up to them.
Yes, I'm just looking through his list of weaknesses, and let me just list them off now. Yep, none. Good luck to you. Second shot here on the first. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in two.
And he's down there. You got a read?
Setting up this putt 26 feet from the cup. This is what they have left for birdie here.
Nine feet to the cup. It never feels nice. A three-putt par here.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
We know that Riviera starts with a 5-4, but it may as well be a 4-5 because the par 4 second is tougher than the par 5 first.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right, back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole. Nicely done.
This putt right on 12 feet to the hole. Oh, that's a ripper. He's currently tied for 8th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4. Elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
Opting for the 9-iron. Outstanding shot. High quality.
Full of confidence as well with their putter. Gotta like their chances.
Xander Schauffele setting up his next shot. Oh, yes, what a shot.
Saving one there after being all over the parking lot, chipping in for the par.
This would be a great up and down from this spot. Ooh, take that. That's quality. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. He's currently tied for 9th. So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 4th has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's going to want to improve on that current 5th spot.
And from the bunker here, looking for an up and down. Beautiful shot.
What an outstanding bunker shot. What a play. Great shot. Nicely done.
Time for the second shot here at the 4th. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Just taking a look at this one, Rich. Do you think it's makeable?
Luke, I gotta say, I don't like their chances. I have been wrong once before, but I really can't remember when that was.
This next putt is for bogey. And that putt will drop. Well done. And a little slide down the standings after that hole. Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Xander Schauffele, delightful player out of San Diego, California. He's got that cool vibe about him. Came out one early a few times, but then he seems to have struggled to find that next step, hasn't he? He's sort of golf's almost man, except when he got that gold medal put around his neck.
I think that took his confidence to a place where it should have been in the first place, Luke. I think that this young man, he's got no weaknesses, very little weaknesses, if anything, in the game. I look at him and think, why hasn't he won more? Well, the problem is that he's put himself in contention so many times that there's only one person in the game that has won at a clip that he could have, and that's Tiger Woods. When you put yourself into contention as often as he does, you're just not always going to win. Somebody is going to come from back in the pack, shoot a great round, and you might struggle just a little bit, whatever the case. But yes, he hasn't closed as many tournaments as he would have liked, but he is there each and every week. I got to say, this kid he's a world beater. He's going to be phenomenal.
This one for bogey. That's well holed.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
Trailing by 4 strokes. The 6th hole here at Riviera is very unique, isn't it, Rich?
Who puts a bunker in the center of the green? No one else except for the folks at Riviera Country Club. I love this hole.
Going with the 5-iron here. That's a great shot into birdie range here at the 6th. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
He's currently in 1st place, looking to hold that lead here.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here. What a putt. Started this perfectly.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. An opportunity to make their par. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement off the tee.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Getting ready to play their third. 5 strokes behind our leader. Didn't that look good for a long time? This putt for par here. That's a good sign of a player's character, Rich. Still managed to make something out of the hole.
Nicely done. Well fought hole right there. Bunkered off the tee, but makes that nice par save.
Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's currently in 3rd place.
Oh, almost went in. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose your own adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flagstick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, the left-hand side of the fairway, that's not the easiest approach. So better be mindful of where that flagstick is in order to pick which side of the fairway you want to drive it down.
That's really not what they were looking for.
And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
Setting up from about 130 yards out. Got great connection here. Yeah, this is looking good.
Yeah, that was a safe play. Steps up to a putt of about 15 feet in distance.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Ooh, right by the hole. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
Surely it's going to.
Just didn't drop. Putting for a bogey. Sitting at a couple over for the day. The final hole on the outward half is a par 4 playing back up towards the clubhouse, Rich. It's a good par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players can try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that's a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Going with the 8-iron here. Bit offline, that one. You're now into the lap of the golfing gods. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
Oh, that one just missed the hole. Let's get back to it, shall we? Oh, no one likes a plug lie. Really, just getting it out of the bunker is a big deal here.
Ah, yes.
We could see the focus on their face when they were standing over it. Excellent concentration. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. One of the most often discussed holes in all of golf is the par 4 10th here at Riviera Ridge. There's so much strategy.
It's either driver or 3-wood for every player in this field, but you better be good with distance because this green is very narrow.
And now you just got to pray for a good lie because that one's heading towards the sand. Henny, I'm sure you've got a better look of that lie.
They'll have to get their best bunker technique out here because this is nasty.
Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
Found the green side rough. Still, not a bad spot. Wow, that almost went in the hole. And back to the play, shall we? And here we are with the third shot. And that'll promote a good move up the standings. Why not take another look at that effort?
Now look how they attacked this one.
Sitting at 1 over for the day.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Oops, this one's headed for the rough.
Getting ready to play their third. Trying to get back to even par with this putt.
This for a birdie run.
And well hold. Let's move on. And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevent you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
From around 180 yards out. Opting for the 6-iron. Not a bad approach. He'll be putting. And a chance to get back to even with the card with this putt. Yeah, they're good momentum makers, those ones. Good putt for birdie. Look who's stalking us all on top of the leaderboard. It's Tiger Woods. Rich, the 13th hole. Slightly different look off the tee.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the third round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with him, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Okay, as we move along, it's Tiger on top of the leaderboard. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hop it right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Nice shot that. That should find the surface. Okay, that'll work. 18 feet to the cup.
This is their look at birdie.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Okay, let's head to the next. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
He's 2 strokes ahead in this group rivalry.
Oh, that's clutch. What a way to save your par.
This tour player is just streets ahead now.
The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. Yeah, quality shot that. Scorecard filled with 3s never hurts. Good putt to make this. Just 9 feet remaining to the hole. It's on a good line. And the putt drops, now 1 over, heading down the stretch. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot, currently in the lead as we check the rest of the standings. The 16th at Riviera, Rich, is the last chance to get amongst the birdies on a par 3.
A breathtaking short par 3, 166, an island green surrounded by bunkers.
That should set up another chance. Now heading over to Xander Schauffele.
He's getting some airtime between him and his rival. He's 2 ahead.
That's outstanding. Mark that down on the highlight reel. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? This putt to move into the top 20 on the leaderboard. And with that, that's their 4th birdie. And that'll move him to even par for the tournament. The last genuine scoring hole at Riviera is certainly this par 5 17th.
Any hopes of getting it home in 2, you better come up with something special off the tee and make sure to avoid the bunker on the right-hand side.
That was a little untidy, wasn't it? Henny, how bad is this lie?
It looks like they have a good lie here in the sand.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Even for the day. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Oh, these are big momentum putts. Let's make this one from 9 feet.
Looking good.
Oh, so close. A bogey putt awaits. We'll now move over to Xander Schauffele.
He's 2 strokes ahead in this group rivalry today.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. And a very familiar sight, Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard. One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome looking second.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 185 yards.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron. That was never really a comfortable shot for them, was it? This would be a great up and down. Ooh, that almost went down. This putt is for a score of 72. Oh, nice looking putt. Oh, just missed. This is a bogey putt coming up. And that signs off on today's round. Well, Rich, it's fair to say that this player didn't quite have their best stuff this week.
Not stellar by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it was quite pitiful, to be fair.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.